Hey YouTube, Wagwan, welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to change our front brakes on this Nissan Maxima. So if your Maxima look like this, it's going to be the same procedure to change your front brake. So I'm going to show you how to do one side, but it's the same for the left or the right. So let's get started, let's get into it, and please also like, comment, share, subscribe to the channel, and let's do this. So let's raise the car up a little bit. So first thing first, take off the tire. The lug nut gonna be your lug tool or 21mm. So when you get that off, you can go ahead, take the tire off. So this is the brake caliper right here. This is the brake caliper, this is the rotor, and right here I should say the caliper the brake pad printout in the pad. So the reason why I'm changing this brake is because the rotors, when you step on the brake, the steering will shake. So that's why I'm changing the rotor and also changing the pad. You can also resurface the pads and resurface the rotors. That will help, that will let it stop shaking. But if you don't have the time, this will be the quickest way, just to buy a new set of rotor and just change it. So what you want to do, this apply to all other cars too. When you're working on the caliper, you want to have the caliper facing out to you. So if the caliper is in the back of whatever car you're working on, you want to have it face out. If it's in the front like this one we on, you want to have it face out. So if you're on the left side or the right side, turn it where it's facing you. It doesn't matter which side you want. So there you go. You can see the rust in the rotor too. So what we're gonna do now is get our C-clamp. Our C-clamp gonna squeeze in the piston and push the piston in. And the reason why we have to do that is so the new pads can fit, because the new pad's gonna be thicker than the old pad, and also the rotor can fit. All right, so let's do that. So this is a 6-inch C-clamp. That's what I'm gonna use. So because it's 6-inch, you just go ahead, it can fit over the caliper, and you just turn it. When you turn it, what it's gonna do is gonna pull the caliper this way and push the rotor, and push the rotor that way. So the piston gonna go in from that motion. When I take it off, I will show you guys the more in-depth view of what I'm talking about. So guys, on the inside right here, it's gonna be 22mm and 22mm. This is what hold the caliper bracket and what hold the caliper right there. So let's go ahead and take that off. 22mm. Let's get into it. So show you one more time. That's what I take out. That's what I take out. And guys, you don't want to have your caliper go all the way hanging down. So that's a bad thing, to have your caliper hang down. And also guys, what you can do, this one might come off easy, but get WD-40, put it around here, put it through here, put it through there, put it through there, put it through there, put it through there. So that kind of like, because the rust will make the rotor stuck to the car, so that will kind of help break up the rust. So it's get some penetrated fluid. It doesn't have to be WD-40, but whichever you choose. So what you want to do now is take the caliper off. You don't want it to hang, so you can leave it right here if you want, or you can make something like this, or they do sell some brake caliper hooks to just hook it on the strut while you're working on the rotor. So we'll hook it on the strut so the hose can be free, nothing won't hold the hose. Now what we want to do is get a hammer, and you want to knock right here, knock right here, knock right here, knock right here, knock right here. A good tip is to put these on it, because you don't want to use the hammer and knock this and then it's gonna damage your threading. So put these on it if you're not that good of hitting it. So I know the lug nut can ruin your day, so just do it that way. And there we go. The compressor won't let me be great, but you know we're gonna keep on doing it. So now you can see it come loose. Now you can take this off. So now we're gonna take the rotor off. So you can see that the oil penetrates through it and kind of help us in removing the rotor. So always good to spray WD-40 on it. So what we're going to do, we'll get some brake fluid, brakes cleaner, spray down the rotor. So why I do this, so when I change the rotor and I start braking, the rotor won't smoke, because you clean off the oil that they put to keep it during storage. You can let it air dry, you can wipe it off, however you make it dry. Also you can get a flathead screwdriver. You just clean around the edge where the rotor sit. You won't be able to clean everything off, but clean most of it off that you can. Next step, install your rotors. Just like that. And then you want to get your caliper. Make sure your hose is not twist. So guys, these are 40mm. We'll get these together, 40mm. Take that loose. Sometimes you can just loosen one and get away with it, or you might just have to take two. So this is the piston. So earlier in the video when you see I put the C-clamp on it, this is what I was trying to squeeze in. So as you can see, mine is squeezed all the way in. Have our pads right here. They're not that bad, but I'm gonna change it since I have new rotor. If I had resurfaced, I would have used this original pad, but most auto parts store have like a deal, or even on Amazon. Link will be in the description, guys, so you guys can get the part, the rotor and the pads, and also to support the channel down below. So just remove these. Then you can take out the pad. And now what we're gonna do, get a flathead screwdriver, take up the brake hardware, take these out. So your new brake pad should have these in it. If it doesn't, we can just clean these like this and put it back in. So guys, the newer brake pad didn't come with these, so now I will clean them. So you can also use a steel brush to clean it. And what you can't get with a steel brush, you can just use this. And clean it just like that. So this is what I call a steel brush. I don't know if you call it steel brush or a wire brush. So what you would just do is just click it in. And you can also spray it down with brake cleaner. The next thing we're going to do is grease our pins. So you want to make sure the one with the rubber at the tip stay at the bottom, or else you will hear the caliper rattle. So you don't want that, so make sure you put the one with the rubber at the bottom. So what we're going to do is take this one out too. I will show you a closer on that one after I put in this. Alright, so that's moving free. So now you can see this one don't have no rubber and it's at the top, so you can get it clean, wipe it off. And add some grease on it. So guys, we have this. We're gonna put some in here, just like how we did the other one. And also we're gonna put some on this. Alright, so that's good. What we're gonna do now is just get a rag and wipe off the excessive grease. Wipe off it from the top one and also from the bottom one. So with that said, time to get our brake pad. These are the used one. These are the new one. So guys, it looked like the customer buy some really cheap pad because I didn't they bring the parts to me. I didn't buy it myself because this one doesn't even have a rear indicator. So in case you buy a pad that it had come with a rear indicator, the rear indicator press the piston press on that, so it will go on the inside like that. So that's how it would go. So I'm just gonna use like this. Use the new one. Put that in. Also get this right here. Hook it at the top. So what these do, they keep the pads from rattling around. Also keep the pads off the rotor when the pads are not in use. And then we can go ahead and tighten it like this. So if you look at this, you might not want to go in right there. So what you can do is turn this to let the slot fit right there. All right, so that's how you do that. Go ahead and tighten this up. So what you can do now is take the time out to double check your work. Make sure this is tight, make sure this is tight, make sure that is tight, make sure that is tight right there. Once you double check your work, what you can do is go ahead and put on your tire, and also leave a like, comment, share, subscribe to the channel, and also support the channel with the links in the description. Whatever you have. So once you catch back your tire, you also want to go inside the car and pump the brakes up. So do not drive off or start the car without you pumping the brakes up. So guys, when you press the brake, after you change your brake pad and the brake pad and the brake go all the way to the floor, it's nothing to be panic about. That's normal. Just keep on press it and you're gonna feel the brake come back up where it's not going to the floor no more. And then you can go for a test drive, and that's how you complete your brake job on the Nissan Maxima.